The deep jungle settlement of Jonestown lies silent on this day. Survivors are leaving their hiding places to inspect the massacre that had unfolded. There are over 909 corpses surrounding the speaking podium in the center of the village. A day that has been culminated over 33 years of paranoia and abuse. A socialist utopia at a time of racial strife, not straying far from any communist footsteps and resulting in suffering and pain. The People's Temple had been established in 1955 in Indiana by Jim Jones, a young, charismatic socialist preacher who taught equality, social justice, and sodomy. In the 1960s, Jones' congregation had dwindled to fewer than 100 members and was on the verge of collapse, forcing him to join with the Disciples of Christ. This in turn had increased his reputation and congregation. He had then moved his church to Redwood Valley in Cali, since it was supposed to be a nuke-proof area. It was a happy time in Redwood Valley, but it was not enough for old Jimmy, so he decided to move his flock to San Francisco and LA. San Fran, the perfect town for Jimmy, I will put it in your butt if you really want me to, Jones. He spent plenty of time preaching the good word of God while performing miracle healings to his flock and launching Bibles across the room. To be honest, the only thing he was good at was flinging Bibles, since the healing targets were plants and preaching the word of God sounded more like the Communist Manifesto. The years in San Fran were good as he fit right in, but the poking men, women, and children in the butts finally caught on with the government because someone had decided to rat on him. That little bitch. So with that, Jimmy had decided that the best course of action was to pack up his shit and fly down to the promised land of USSR. Oh, no, China. Oh, wait, it was a plot of land that was terrible to live in fucking Guyana.
And here we go.
The spiral of shit, drugs, sex, and control.
A great success!
So he started shipping people there ASAP, as it would take time to clear out the little fucking plot in the jungle and turn it into livable conditions. Surprisingly, the people there were happy with the work they were provided, even though they had given up all of their possessions and did practically slave labor. Jim was a lad who single-handedly managed to bring back the Middle fucking Ages. Impressive. As with every peasant kingdom, it's all fun and games until the tyrant shows up. Well, he did, because he was a wanted man and everyone decided to be real fucking stiff about it. It did not help that there were armed fucking guards keeping the peasant class in. Eventually, word got back to the US of A that Jimmy liked to fondle balls, and a man named Joseph Ryan, who was a congressman, took offense. How not progressive of him.
Beta!
He flew down with a film crew to investigate. Everyone on camera was happy, until someone decided to pass a note and a little shit noticed. This resulted in some dude deciding to stab the congressman. He was unsuccessful, but this in turn resulted the congressman and his crew trying to escape along with a few refugees. Well, when they got back to their plane, they got lit the fuck up, resulting in deaths of 4 people, including the based and red-pilled congressman. That made Jimmy freak the fuck out and pull out a barrel of jungle juice. It was all fun and games until people started doing the worm and foaming at the mouth. This went on for a few hours until there were only 2 people left, him and his nurse. They kissed and took a bullet to the temple. The few survivors then came out of their hidey holes to inspect the massacre that unfolded. And that wraps us back around to the introduction. As you can see, you give a man power, he's gonna take more, and if you can't have any more, he's gonna end it all. Thanks, Jimmy. It was a pleasure.